Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to episode 6 of Barely Surviving. I am Dr. John Bear, and today we've got some catching up to do. As I mentioned at the end of the last episode, there was still some stuff that I wanted to show you that we'd been working on. Now, the first thing I just want to make a note of is that I am now up to 3 deaths. In between episodes, I was doing some digging over there. I'll show you in a second. But unfortunately, I had a disagreement with gravity. And then I died. So never mind, but these are the things. I've also started placing some tracks down here. So the plan is, obviously, as I said, to have a little rail track running all the way down here. We're going to have a little station here, which is where the Skelly Farm is, and then it's going to go on there. But we do not have anywhere near enough powered rails. That is something that we will come on to later today. But I've laid the tracks anyway, just in case. Now, this is the bit that I want to show you. This is the bit that I did at the end of the last episode. So this is just a little wall with a protective section. This is the on and off light. So while it's on, this lamp's on, all the lights are on in there, so we're not going to be getting any skellies, so that is cool. And at the end of the last episode, this hopper was pointing into this chest, but it does not now. The other thing I wanted to say as well is when this is working, and with the entity cramming, it can work AFK, that is Thorns. I figured I might as well stand here and do some AFKing, but if I'm going to be AFKing, I might as well fish as well, because when I'm fishing I can be getting some enchantments. So I built this AFK setup, fish farm. It's just the generic 113 AFK fish farm. And then underneath here I have set up an array of chests. So we've got these chests here which are from the fish farm. Not too long yet, we still haven't got an mending bow. Not mending bow, mending fishing rod. So we've not quite been able to do a full overnight session yet, so I need to work on that. And this is the array from the AFK farm. So you can see we've got a bunch of arrows, and in fact I'm going to need to pick up a stack while I'm down here. So all that'll go in there. I've already taken out a bunch of bones and already turned them into bone blocks, so we are doing really well with that. And I'm actually going to pick up a bunch of them because we're going to need them later in this episode. For the village breeder, which we are going to do. Now, let's just set off along this track, and I want to show you the other bit that I was working on in between the episodes. Now, you may remember that when we went down into the ravine initially, there was a slime, and I was like, oh, slime chunks. So what I did is I put our seed into a mist, and I was able to find some slime chunks, and I managed to find 3 slime chunks next to each other. And the way I fell was I fell from this level, which is Y30. I actually fell from Y31, and I fell all the way down to, I've dug down as far as we can go, so down to Y5, which is the highest level you can find bedrock, so you're definitely going to be able to get flattened. You see where we are in relation to the mines? And I've dug it out here, so at some point we're going to need to dig this whole thing out and make a giant slime farm. But that is not one for today. To be fair, after all the digging I've done, it's getting us almost all the slime that we need. I just literally need, I think, 2 more blocks and then 2 balls for a sticky piston. So we'll see if we've got, but they only need 2.5, and the big slimes can spawn in there as well. This does need to go up another level, and this is about as high as they can go. So yeah, Y36. I think I'll be able to put another level on top if I dig up as well. But as I say, only need 2 more slime blocks to go. And if I jump back up here, the other thing, I have put torches all over our base now, so anywhere within the fences, we are completely spawn-proof now. There shouldn't be any mobs be able to spawn within our fence perimeter. Obviously, underwater, like they can go around the side, or underwater mobs, what they're called, the drowns, they can obviously come up to land and track us as well. But otherwise, nothing will spawn. Done a little bit of design work as well. This is just a plan in my head to sort of start trying to work out a bit of design for around the base. I want to try and keep it as vanilla as possible, this spawn island, but I'm probably going to end up completely tearing down this house. And most of the other houses to make them in a design that I want, but that is not for now. So what else do I want to show you? So I raised all of this up, but the bit, as I say, this is where the sweeper arm is going to go. And these 2 diorite blocks literally demonstrate the only 2 bits of slime that we need now. So 2 blocks of slime and then 2 slime balls, and we'll be able to make the sticky pistons. And then we can make our send and return thing for this, and this will be a fully automated sugarcane farm. So that is splendiferous. But to spend the sugarcane, to spend the sugarcane. We are going to need villagers with a substantially better trade than we have going on down here. I've also terraformed this bit. Better than this chap in here. And to do that, we need to make a village breeder. And to make a village breeder, I'm going to make it here. So let me get all the resources that we need, and I will pull you back once I have everything. So I have everything I need. It's nighttime, but it doesn't matter because we've got protection everywhere. So I can actually break into here. I'm still going to keep it blocked off, but that's another matter entirely. If we just take out that block and that block and that block, and we can actually put that in. Out of the way. You're in the way. There we go. And do that. And this is going to be our little entrance. Now, I wonder if I can sail boats up here. If I actually just break this and this. If we just temporarily break this. Let's just move our villagers out here. Woo! See, villagers aren't the target of phantoms, so it doesn't matter if all the villagers are out here. You can come along too. Now, as I say, at the moment, because either I don't know if I had a farmer or whether I just thought I had a farmer and don't, it's not going to be a self-sustaining one for the moment. However, it will be self-sustaining as soon as we have a farmer. For now, we're going to have to feed all these guys. But after we have got a farmer, it won't matter. They'll all stick to themselves. Let's put that in there. Wunderbar. And then if I put these fence posts back, that means that things can't get in there, but I can. And then there should be enough torches. Anyway, this is just like a splash pad, just so I don't trample any crops. Shouldn't really matter or make any difference about lighting in here, because it's all going to be tilled land. The only extra thing I want to do is if I just make some more of these and make some slabs. And what I have got is, I've got a water source twice, and if we put some torches on top of them, and then we are going to be able to, in fact we might have to put some extra torches in. We'll break that, break the torch, break the torch, break the torch, break the torch, break that, and break that. And then these guys, they're all going to be like, ah no, it's really bad, it's outside. But nothing's going to be able to get to them. Not on the floor. Not on the floor. And that should be light enough for everything. So what I've done is I've got this water source here, which hydrates 4 blocks in every direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 there. And then I've done another 4 there. So it's going to be pretty huge. And as I say, once we get the villagers, or get a farmer in, should I say, then it's going to be even easier because bloop, bloop, bloop. Then they will just look after itself. We're going to have to feed each other. But as it stands at the moment, there isn't a village being detected, and I knew that was going to happen. So let me finish planting this up, and we'll move on to phase 2, which is getting the village detected. Okay, so we are ready to go. I've got everything planted up in here now. It doesn't actually matter if you don't have everything planted up, because what will happen is after a little while, once you've got your farmer, is that they will eventually just go through and plant all the excess crops anyway. If you have 2 different crops or 2 or 3 different crops, the reality is there's a good chance that the farmer will spawn with, or will generate with some crops in their inventory. Possibly, I think, I can't remember. So if you have more than 1 crop, it'll eventually, over time, move all to 1 crop. But what we have, we've got 3 in here. We're going to keep him, obviously, for the paper trade, and we're going to keep the toolsmith just for this amazing work pick. And you can see I've already nearly got through 2 work picks, and I need another one. There are 2 more villagers over there, and there's another villager over there. They will eventually end up being moved over here. But what we need to do is get one of these villagers, which is going to be the butcher. He needs to come along here into this hole here. Now, there's a couple of different ways of doing this, but this is, for me, the easiest way of doing it. So you go, so on the level of the crops, you dig down 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 5, and then in each of these spots, bloop, 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 There you go. And then you place a door there, and there. We are going to need to have a torch in there, and actually, just before, I'm going to need to temporarily just block another one off as well, just so I can get in and out. Right, you need to come with me and go into this hole. Oh, villagers, man. Why are you up against a fence? Get away from the fence. Right. Should be able to get him in the hole now. Head towards this hole. Now, there are many reasons why this hole has to be 5 deep, not 4 deep, and not anything else deep. So if I put this door now here, and I haven't really thought about how I'm going to get out. How am I going to get out? Well, it should work with 3 doors anyway. So, need some dirt there, and if we just do that, and then the reason I've got glass is because this needs to be open. There you go. That's him down there detecting the doors. Now, each door gives you about 0.3 of an allowable villager. Now, so 3 of them should give you enough villagers, and that, I believe, is all that we need. Although in the past, I've done this with more villagers, with more doors, but I haven't got any more doors at the moment. 1 second. This is according to a tutorial that I've come across, but I am sure that I needed an extra set of doors. So it's not going to hurt to have extra doors in there. So let's just quickly do that. If we go down here, hopefully these guys don't follow us. But, and just that, and that. And if we go door, and then I should be able to block myself out here. That should be enough doors in there now for him to detect it as a full village and not worry about it. So we should see these 2 guys, if we give them enough crops, he's going to need some crops, and I'm going to need some more food for breeding, but they might have enough with them anyway. But let me just go and get another few potatoes. Oh, I've also blocked off these and put some with a view of tilling it at some point. So we live off fish now. So if we plant this up, just replant it. I suppose while we're here, we might as well put these 3 in. And good. And then also throw some taters at this guy. Pick up your taters. Right, between these 2 now, they should be able to detect that village, and both of them should want to have babies at some point. I'm pretty certain you've had enough, but let's give you some as well, just in case. I gave twice as many to this guy. Right. Everybody's got enough food? Making the babies. Making the babies? Making the babies. This may require some patience. I'll get you back once this is working. Oh, look, you see. Oh, look, you see. Oh, everybody's all in the bed of love. Hello. Not interrupting anything. I'm just bringing some more to the party. Out of the way. Out of the way. More people here for you. There we are. And this one. And this one. Beautiful. Let me stop you guys getting here because I don't trust you. Boom. and that's it done. So the only other thing that I think I was missing is there were still some doors around the village, so there can't be any villagers. So the villager, I'll tell you how it works, although there are definitely better tutorials out there that'll explain this than me. This chap down here, who's living in this hole, I also expanded the windows a little bit just so that every single one of those doors has access to skylight, is our main man down there. He is detecting this village, but as far as he's concerned, he's the only guy in the village. He's very lonely. But the rest of these guys, so he can detect any doors within a 32 by 32 by 8 high rectangle, cuboid. So I've removed all the doors from around here, and as long as look, are you gonna have a baby? Making a baby. Making a baby. No? Why are you not making a baby? Are you making a baby? Making a baby. And this is why I wanted to bring all this up as well, because it means that we can get all of this good to harvest. Which means that we'll have a bunch more potatoes to chuck to these guys. It'll also help speed it up once we eventually get a farmer. So let's do this, and let's keep going till we get a baby. Any ender pearl? No. Any babies? Making the babies. Making the babies. Making the babies? No making the babies. Making the babies. Oh, that's hearts from both of them. We're gonna get a baby. We're gonna get a baby. Baby. Oh, with a romantic skelly over the shoulder. You making a baby? Look at all these mobs kicking around here. Let me just go to sleep and set these guys on fire. Maybe that's what they need. Maybe they just need daylight. Look! They're making a baby. It's a baby blacksmith. That's not what we need. We need farmers. Farmers. Because until we've got a farmer, we're going to have to keep feeding these guys to make them breed. But anyway, that is that bit. The other bits that I want to show you, and as I've already mentioned, we are exceptionally short on gold. And the best place to get gold, apart from making a gold farm in the nether, is to, let's just offload a bunch of this junk. Need that. Let's take it back up to full stack. Have I accidentally chucked anything that I want? No. And good. And I'm going to swap to that pick. I'm going to put that in there because it's pretty much past all reasonable use. The other way to do it is a mesa. And there are two mesas nearby here. Which way is north? That way is north, I think. Right, so there is a mesa over there, about 1,000 blocks or so. But there is then in that direction, about 4,000 blocks in that direction, there's a mesa over there. And in about 4,000 blocks in that direction, there's a jungle, which is interesting. It's our nearest jungle as well. And then about 5,000 blocks over there, there's an ice biome as well, which is cool. So, the quickest way to cover long distances in Minecraft, well, that's with the nether. So, we'll go in there, and the reason I have hacked through so many pickaxes, apart from making my giant slime farm, you will see in a moment. So, this is us out in the nether, and I've made a little bit of a path. And this is going to be our main road. So, if I go over here to where these torches are, this is 0, 0, 0. So, positive and minus zeros at this spot here. So, that is all of them. And the plan is that this is going to be the big crossroads. So, no matter what, if we go west, east, north, south, everything is going to lead off these roads. These roads are going to be probably going to make them 5 wide, because then we can have an ice boat road down the middle. So it does mean it's not going to be quite as even, but it means we can have ice boat roads down the middle, so we can sail up and down at super high speeds, and it's not going to look asymmetrical. And if we have them as an odd number, so what I have done is, as I said, it was 4,000 blocks east. So what I actually did was, if the nether is 8 times, so for every block you travel in the nether, it's 8 blocks in the overworld. So if we just go 500 blocks east, which is where this goes. Oh, the other thing to show you as well, while I'm here, is... where is it? There's another nether fortress. So we've got one over by us anyway, but then there's another one here as well. And you'll see it on this side of the Dewberry as well. So it means that we have got a proper decent nether exploration episode coming up. And hopefully we'll be able to find something decent like a double or even a triple blaze spawner. And we can make a blaze farm. Because as I said, this... the nether isn't going to get reset. The nether's not getting reset when 1.14 comes out, unless they introduce some massive features to the nether, which I don't know about yet. And I don't expect they're going to be, because they haven't announced anything. So it goes out. This is 500 blocks, and then if we go up here, exactly 135 blocks, you see the nether portal already. This will then take us out, and I've been through to check that it spawns us in the right place. But this will then bring us out into a mesa, so let's get there. And I feel like this is one of these times where I should have really brought a bed, but never mind. So, yeah, as I said, we're in a mesa, and there's another recipe, actually, which I could show you, but I can't because I haven't got the requisite equipment, is that... ooh, dark oak as well. Is that we've got... I've added a custom recipe to this, where... because clay can be a bit of a grind to get. But terracotta, well, that's just clay that's dried out, really, in real life. So what I've got a recipe is, if we do in a crafting bench 8 of these, and then put a water bucket in the middle, it'll turn those back into 8 clay blocks, and it works with these and any coloured clay as well. So it's a really nice way of getting extra clay. And otherwise, you know, terracotta can be a bit of a weird one to use. But I just wanted to show you this because obviously in the next episode, when we've got loads of powered rails and I've got loads of gold, I don't want you wondering where it's all come from. So I have used a midst. I will confess I'm not going to use it for finding things like strongholds, fortresses. We're still going to have to find all of those the traditional way. So chasing ender pearls. So we need to keep gathering them as we get the opportunity. But yeah, massive thing here. So we should be able to find some abandoned mine shafts. But also there is gold at higher Y levels. But as I say, I'll do that in between episodes. If I find anything particularly fantastic, I'll switch the recording on. But otherwise, it's just going to be a case of exploring. And can I go down here and not die? Excellent. So that is that. And there is one more thing that I want to do before we call this episode. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to sort out is, at the moment, we've got these levers under here. And the idea with this is that it's supposed to... you know, it turns off these hoppers so that we can extract the XP manually out of this. But that was just a temporary fix while we were waiting on getting some more... well, basically getting some redstone to be able to do this properly. So what we are going to be able to do is, if we put a... Where do we want to put the lever? I personally would prefer to put the lever on that block there. But then we'd need to be able to take the redstone signal down there, and there are other blocks in the way. So I suppose what we're going to have to do is, unfortunately, if we put the lever on there, it's not going to necessarily look the greatest, but it is going to be functional, and that's what matters, I suppose. So if we put do that and then get some redstone and go redstone, redstone, and then blocks and a couple more blocks, block. And that should then, in theory, if we turn this switch on, should mean that those hoppers are now locked. Should mean that those hoppers are now locked, but apparently aren't. Interesting. So maybe... the redstone needs to go on there. redstone. Nope. Well, apparently we're not fixing this one yet. Well, there was one more thing that I was going to try and work out, but I'm going to work out why this isn't working. And I'll come back to you once I've got that worked out. Aha, right. That's the badger. So what we've had to do is, and I'm going to just pull this out just to show you. So we've still got the lever in the same place there. So that'll still be powering this block here with the redstone on it. So we should be able to toggle that from here. So if it's on, redstone signal. If it's off, no redstone signal. And what we're doing is we're just taking it round the back there, round the back, and it's going into those repeaters which are powering those two blocks. Those two blocks are then, when it's on, locking those two hoppers. So put the red blocks in there, and as you can see, it's going through. But as soon as we put that there and flick this switch, those are powered, and that means if I put blocks in here, doesn't matter which one we put them in, both of them are locked and the stuff isn't coming out. So that is that. But because that took a little bit longer than I had anticipated to fathom, that is going to be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's not been as action-packed as some of the other episodes, but I thought it was going to be a lot better to play catch-up and play... meaning that the next episode, rather than having to play catch-up at the start of every episode, we can play the game properly and have a massively action-packed episode going forwards. But in between episodes, as I say, I'm going to gather loads of gold. I'm going to keep feeding these guys so that we can keep breeding. And is that another baby? Have we got another baby there? What's your baby? Oh, we've got a white coat. Very exciting. So we'll get these fed up, and in the next episode, we'll have a see what villages we've got, and we'll work on the railroad down there. And there is one more thing I'm going to do in the next episode, and that is going to be... stuff. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, because it might be something else. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.